All right, wanted to shoot a quick video on current EDC knives. And it's funny how a little bit ago I shot a video on how my handgun EDC has changed as time has gone on, and how I used to be a big 1911 guy and revolver guy, and now I've ended up evolving to carrying a high capacity Glock with a red dot on it. And it's just funny as you get older how your opinions and your thoughts on certain things that are very important in your everyday life alter and change. And one of them is knives. For years I carried larger blades. There was a time when I even carried a larger big Bowie style blade, primarily from the likes of Bagwell, Wheeler, Jason, Knight, etc. And I was doing a lot more bush work, a lot more camping. My dogs are chasing deer. Hold on. Max, whoa! Come on, boy, come back. Sorry. So, bottom line is, my evolution of knives. I've always preferred fixed blades more than folders. It's not that I don't like folders, it's just that a fixed blade is so much easier to access and never ever lets you down. Years ago I had a folder, it was a liner lock, closed on my hand. I was bow fishing for gators in Louisiana, ended up sticking one behind the neck, twisted, blade shut, and ever since that day, even though I'm not saying folders aren't reliable, I've just always been a big fixed blade person. Evolution of what I like in a fixed blade. I never liked Wharncliffe'S growing up. Don't know why. Maybe they were too utilitarian. Maybe they were too work-oriented. But through a lot of research and a lot of following Michael Janish's work with using Wharncliffe'S and Spyderco, I started playing around with some of Michael Janish's designs, the Spyderco Yojimbos. And as a folder, these were just fantastic little folders. I really liked them. I ended up getting a bunch of them, put custom scales on them, etc. And these have turned out to be, when I do carry a folder, especially a production folder, it's usually a Spyderco Yojimbo. One great advantage is they also, you can buy a trainer. Here's a trainer shown with the original Yojimbo, which is probably my favorite of the series. Which is super, super valuable. Almost any knife that you're gonna EDC as a utility type blade or as a defensive piece, you should have a trainer. But what I came away with from a lot of Janish's stuff was the Filipino grip, which is when you basically, you're putting your thumb on the spine of the blade. You're putting a lot of pressure and a lot of power that way. And I started training that way and working a knife that way, and lo and behold, I really, really, really liked the Filipino grip. I think for a small blade to put a lot of power into a cut, you can really apply a lot of pressure with this grip. It also gives you a natural punching grip, and I've grown to really like it. So Spyderco did a great job bringing what I would call Janish's ideas to the forefront. And this, I'd probably have to say, was the original conception of a nice fixed blade little Wharncliffe. This is I believe this is the Ronin. So this was the original Spyderco Ronin, and it's a great little knife. You don't see them that much, but they're wonderful little knives. They came in a big Kydex style sheath, more of like a neck sheath, kind of big and bulky. I've never carried this, but I bought it just to have it, keep in the collection. Then they came out with the Ronin 2, which I had on a life jacket for a while as a boat knife. And again, this would make a great kitchen knife. I didn't like the rounded portion here. I really wasn't too crazy about the second interpretation from Spyderco. Along comes a good friend, John Gray. John made this knife, which really changed my mind on Wharncliffe'S. This little Warnie has been an incredible little knife. You can see from the marks on the blade, I've carried and used this thing a lot, and I just love the compact size. Now, where these knives lend themselves to being carried is horizontal cross draw, like that, right here. Super simple to carry, super quick to use. I'll leave this one out. John really got the ball rolling in my head with his little Wharncliffe design. I really liked it. Next, the great bladesmith David Mirable from Alaska, my dear friend and brother. David did a hell of a Wharncliffe for me. And that was this San Mai piece. I did a video about this a few years ago, so you can go back and watch that if you want. This knife, tapered tang, ivory micarta scales, San Mai blade, really, really heavy duty Kydex sheath with, I think this one has elephant leather on the outside. Again, rigged with the Velcro. If you're not used to the Velcro rigging, I'll show you how that works. I'll take the one off my belt. So you simply, the Velcro wraps here, come closer. Wraps right there. All you do is take it around and back through and out. Now, versus a big clip or a tech lock, hold this to your belt. The tech lock's always going to wobble. It's always going to be not as secure as when you're taking a strip of Velcro. I use 2-inch and wrapping it around your belt and pulling everything to your center line. It just gives a super secure, pulled into your center line carry that kind of melts into your belt. From jeans to shorts to a suit, I wear a small 3-inch bladed Wharncliffe these days on my belt everywhere I go, and no one seems to notice. This was the first go David did. It's gorgeous. Large, very, very, very brutal, just an incredible knife. David then made me this Wharncliffe, which is probably the one that's seen the most carry recently. This is Cable Damascus, one of my favorite mediums, and an incredible little knife. It facilitates that Filipino grip very well. Again, leather wrapped Kydex with the Velcro. Then he made me this one. Now I haven't even carried this one yet. This one's evolving the design a little bit, putting more down here where your pointer finger goes, and again, facilitating a strong Filipino grip. These are small in the hand, small in the belt. They carry well. Again, Cable Damascus, just a beautiful knife. Really knocked out of the park. Next, of course, David had to make me a trainer. Now again, trainers are super important to learn dexterity with a knife in your hand, to be able to manipulate it. It's very nice to be able to use a trainer. David made this one out of wood, carbon fiber Ito, did a great job. So basically made a nice little matching set of Mirable Wharncliffe's. Now, the next knife I'm going to talk about is from a maker, MARC Aldridge. Now, MARC and I have exchanged some ideas online. MARC is a very accomplished maker. I'm just getting to know him, but a fantastic guy. I had spoken to him about different Wharncliffe designs, and he came out with a prototype design of his own, and I was fortunate enough to be able to get it from him. And that's this knife right here. This guy's really got a great eye for detail, and even his box shows that. How's this for a box? I love when knife makers pay attention to details. This knife is from MARC Aldrich, and Mark and I have been going back and forth on some different knife topics and conversations. I had mentioned to him my propensity for Wharncliffe'S these days. Mark was kind enough to lend himself to my thoughts and ended up, ended up making me a new knife. Very excited. Super cool presentation. Again, very nice. Mark's card. Again, I love attention to detail. David Mirable always does these crazy boxes as well, and I just think it's so awesome. Super nice. Very nice warranty. 3.5-inch warranty with false ivory handle, black leather covered Kydex sheath. Very cool. Prototype. And then, of course, another nice letter. And then, of course, the invoice, which I'm not going to show you because I don't want to put him into any type of price range. His work is awesome. Neat little pull tab. And wow, check that out. Is that just the neatest way to present a knife? Let me grab this camera quick, hold on. So that is beautiful. Go ahead, hold that there, honey. Max, get up here. So here we go. I'll get into the steel and everything as I get further into the review on it. Beautiful tapered tang. Fit and finish is exquisite. Really is. Really nice. That fits the hand beautifully. I don't know if you can see it. It's really nice. Wow. Look at the attention of detail. Now this is going to get a piece of Velcro wrap like I wear my other EDC knives. Beautiful. Wow. Super nice. Where'd the dog go? It's okay. Super nice. Let me get this rigged up and we'll get back into it. Mark, so far, I'm just, look at this. Overly impressed, dude. Overly impressed. Beautiful. Wow. So as you can see, not only the box is very nice, this knife is incredible. So this is 80 CRV2, I believe is the steel. Big tapered tang. Really, really nicely done. Now, Marc's design is a more curved blade, which really facilitates the Filipino grip. Very nice, giving you a very strong leading edge. I would hate to be caught or cut with this. In reverse grip, it also fits really well and gives you a very, very nice pommel there that you can actually strike with. I haven't carried this knife a lot yet. I just got it. It's beautiful. I kind of wish it was not finished so perfectly because it's gonna be one of those ones that's hard to get the first couple scuffs on it. But again, Marc did a gorgeous job. It's got black liners. Come in close, please. It's got black liners, black pins, beautiful tapered tang, and just all in all, just a really, really well executed, beautiful knife. Really fits well in the hand. Just it's a great knife. He did a great job. Again, just a video basically reflecting on how my ideas have changed when it comes to guns, knives. These days, besides carrying a handgun every single day of my life, I'm also carrying an AR in a not obvious bag in the back of all my cars. The world's a strange place. Be careful out there. I'm gonna put up these makers, Marc and David, their information at the end of this video. You cannot go wrong with either of these guys. Just incredible work, incredible craftsmen. One more thing about Marc's sheath I wanted to get into. Coming closer. He's got a thumb brake here, which is really neat. So you basically push right. Leather lined, heavy Kydex, leather covered Kydex on the outside. Just really, really super well done. Again, these go on and off so quick. You just basically take the strap, pull your sweatshirt up, come through behind your belt, over top, come around the top, roll right back around, over the top, and there you go. Super secure. You really couldn't tell. You know, I'm carrying a handgun, a nice fixed blade. Just like I said, really, really nice kit. Fantastic work. Everybody be safe. Thanks for looking. Appreciate it. It's fast.